Hello, welcome to day 3. Today we'll be looking at solving radical equations and inequalities. So like we discussed uh, last video, the radical is the square root symbol essentially. Um, so what we'll be able to do is just like anytime we have an equation with a variable in it, we'll be able to solve for that variable. Um, and the only difference is instead of, say, x squared, where you square root to get it by itself, you do the opposite. You square everything. Um, for this first investigation, we did the graphic part and the table in class. So what we're going to do now is actually solve. Um, as a way to prove what, or use the graphs to prove what we did. So for this first one, we have the square root of 3x minus 8 plus 1 equals 3. So what we're going to do over on this side is I'm just going to rewrite it. So I have 3x minus 8, make sure the square root goes all the way over, plus 1 equals 3. Okay. So now, first step is to get the radical by itself, so we'll subtract the 1 over, which gets us square root of 3x minus 8 equals 2. And then to get this radical out of this, to get it taken care of, we're going to square or raise to the power of the whole side, and then we will do the same to the right side. So what we're left with is 3x minus 8, because when we look at this, a square root times a square root cancels out the square roots. So we're just left with what's inside. And then 2 squared is 4. And then it's just solving as regular. So next we got 3x equals 12, which makes our x equal 4. And if we remember from when we looked at this graphically and on the table, 4 is our solution. So this does check out. Okay. I'm not going to do the same for the second one, but if you want to do it on your own to just prove to yourself that it does work, then you can go ahead and pause the video and do that. If not, I am just going to go ahead onto the next page. So sometimes what happens when we do this, especially if we get square roots on both sides of the equation, not just one side, our solutions may or may not actually be solutions. So if we take a look at one of them, let's do number 1. This one ends up being pretty interesting. So we have the square root of 3x minus 6 minus 3 times the square root of x equals 0. So the first thing we need to do is get this term, the 3x times the square root of x, or 3 times the square root of x, sorry, over to the right side. So we're going to add it over. So then we're left with the square root of 3x minus 6 equals 3 times the square root of x, okay? Now, the same thing that we did above, we're going to square both sides. So that whole thing is going to be squared, and then this whole thing is going to be squared. Now, when we do that, just like before, it's a square root term times a square root term, so the square roots cancel out. So our left side, we're left with 3x minus 6. And now this right side, Much like how we would substitute in, like if we had f of 3x equals an equation, we would substitute the 3x wherever we saw the x. And if it was squared, we would square the inside. So in this case, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to square both parts. So it would be 3 squared and the square root of x squared. So that just results in 9x. Okay? And then this ends up being fairly simple. We'll subtract the 3x over so that we get negative 6 equals 6x. And then we divide the 6, so we get negative 1 equals x. So typically when you do this, you would have to check your answer. And normally you have a calculator so you can do that, but let's do this by hand, just to show why this one is interesting. So I'm going to do it over on this side where I'm going to write check. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is just do this side, the 3 times the square root of x. Okay. So when I do that, I'll just do negative 3 times, and I'm going to plug in the negative 1. We already ran into a problem. We have a square root of a negative number. And right now we don't know what to do with that, so there is no solution. Okay? When there's square roots, the solution has to be the square root of a positive number. So that's where we have no solution for this one. Now, it is possible that we have multiple solutions, okay? So why don't you go ahead and try some of these other ones? I'll let you pause the video, try number 3, and then I'll come back with the answer for you, okay? So go ahead and pause for me. Here are your answers. In this case, we do get 2 solutions. So we would write x equals negative 2 and, x equals negative 1 are both solutions. Okay, now I'm going to let you do 2 and 4 on your own again. So once again, if you did want to pause it and go through those, you can. If not, I am going to move ahead to these problems, and I'm going to do one more for you, and I'm actually going to do number 5 here. So let's get this one done. So just like the one before, our first step here is to get the radical out of there. So I'm going to square both sides. Okay, so that gets rid of our radical there. So we're left with 2x. And then when we expand this out, we're left with x squared minus 8x plus 16, right? So, well, that's a horrible 6. And then what we do with this is we subtract the 2 over. So then we're left with 0 equals x squared minus 10x plus 16. Okay? And then we'll factor this. So then we get x. Now, remember when we do this, we need to see what factors, what factors of 16 add to negative 10 here. So what are those factors? Well, to get to 10, we need 8 and 2. So to add to negative 10, we need negative 8 and negative 2. So then we'll write x minus 8 and x minus 2. That is one of the worst states I've ever written. And then we'll solve for x for each. So we get x equals 8 and x equals 2. Okay? So now, again, we need to check whether both of these are solutions. So I'm going to have you pause the video again, try that out, and then I'll come back with the answers for you, okay? All right, let's pause. You could have either done it on your calculator or you could have written out like I did, but you get for x equals 8, it does work. So x equals 8 is a solution, but you see you get different answers for x equals 2. So that means that is not a solution. So this is an example of where you could have two possible solutions, but only one is a real solution. Okay? So, and once again, the rest of these are up for you to do by yourself if you want to pause the video, or after we're done, you can go ahead and go do those. But we need to move ahead. And now for this page, this is basically a description of how we're going to solve radical inequalities. So why don't you pause the video to take a read for this, and then we'll apply each step to an example on the next page, okay? So go ahead and pause. All right, so now that you've all finished reading the previous page, we're going to use those to help solve our inequality here. So our first step here, let me get the pen. Our first step is to take the radicand, which is what's underneath the radical, and set that greater than or equal to 0, because it needs to be a positive number under there. And when you solve it out, which you can do by yourself, you get that x is greater than or equal to -1. So -1 will be one of our critical points that we'll use. And I'll get into that in a second after we do the second one, which is actually solving our inequality, solving for x. So we have 2x plus 2 plus, or the square root of that, plus 1 is greater than or equal to 5. And again, you can do it out if you'd like, pause the video, but you will get that x is greater than or equal to 7, which is our other critical point for this case. So we're going to take these 2 points and go to our step 3, which is taking those and mapping them on a number line. So we get -1 on the left, 7 on the right, and then we will pick values in each section to determine where the solution lies for our inequality. So let's start with the far left. We'll just pick -2 for this case. So then we get the square root of 2 times -2 plus 2 plus 1 is greater than or equal to 5. And if you do this out, you do get the square root of -2 plus 1 being greater than or equal to 5, which is not the case, because again, you do have a negative under the radical, so that can't happen. So that means that less than 1 is not a solution. So go ahead and pick a value for, or in between -1 and 7 and greater than 7. I would suggest doing 2 here for in between and 9 for greater than, just to select numbers for us, and I'll come back with the solution for that. So then you get for 2, you get that it's the square root of 6 plus 1, which is less than 5. It's 3 point something. And then for greater than 7, when you plug in 9, you get square root of 20 plus 1 is greater than or equal to 5, which is correct, because it is 2 times square root of 5 plus 1, which is greater than 5. So for this problem, your solution is, or a solution is, x greater than or equal to 7. We will get to some of these other questions in class, but if you do have any other specific questions, feel free to bring them up in class. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Peace.